Well, guess what? Nothing makes any sense anymore. Case in point, here's the headline. Man, 66, says he was barred from donating blood after refusing to answer if he was pregnant. Now, you might think this would be unnecessary to ask a 66-year-old man if he's pregnant or not. But, just assuming that a 66-year-old man can't be pregnant, that could offend somebody somewhere for no reason, right? So what's going on here? A 66-year-old Scottish man who has donated blood for years said he was turned away after refusing to answer if he was or had recently been pregnant. Because I guess you just never know, right? Wrong. We do know. But anyway, so let's see. Leslie Sinclair. Leslie, that could be a little bit confusing, except for the fact he's a 66-year-old man. Well, apparently he's donated over 125 pints of blood over the last half century. But when he most recently showed up to do his part to save lives, he says he was told to fill out a form asking if he was or had been pregnant any time within the last 6 months. Because that's just totally normal for old men. Forget about the men part. People in their 60s don't have children, period. But I guess even that's just too much reality. Quote, I indicated to the staff that I could not be in this position, but they told me that I must answer, otherwise I would not be able to donate blood. I told them that it was stupid. Yes, it is stupid, isn't it? And that if I had to leave, I would not come back, and that was it. I got on my bike and left. So this is the guy here. I'm of no doubt whatsoever that this man has never been pregnant. Never mind the last 6 months. Look, if James Corden had shown up, well, then I guess you're in a gray zone there, aren't you? But I don't know. I think just taking one look at this guy, really, I don't know how much more evidence you need. What does it say in this tweet? A male blood donor who refused to say if he was pregnant turned away. What the F is going on? Am I living in the effing Twilight Zone? Yes, you, me, all of us apparently. But anyway, it says all potential donors are being asked the question in order to, quote, promote inclusiveness. And because pregnancy is not always visually clear, I don't know, in this case, is it visually clear? Can it get any more visually clear? And it says that it's doing this in order to promote inclusiveness. No, they're doing it to promote mental illness. Because that's what you get when people are going around pretending to believe things that they can't possibly actually believe. Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe this guy is pregnant. Anyway, he says, it makes no sense and it makes me angry because there are vulnerable people who are waiting for blood, including children, and are in desperate need of help. But they were denied my blood because of the obligation to answer a question that cannot be answered. And you might say, well, why doesn't he just answer no on the form and then just give his blood? And I think it's probably because he had a crisis of conscience. And he decided that he's not going to participate in other people's bizarre delusions. In other words, I'm not going to pretend that 2 + 2 = 5. Because here's the thing. When you lose touch with reality in your personal life, you're not going to be able to manage your life. Things are going to go poorly for you. And when a civilization loses touch with reality, well, I hope you don't like food too much. But if you enjoy the sight of buildings burning down, including the one that you live in, it's great. But anyway, so under this new radical gender ideology that's increasingly embraced by the left, I would say it's not increasingly embraced. I think it's dominating the left. But under this ideology, men can become pregnant. Apple, Google, and Microsoft have all demonstrated their belief that men can become pregnant by adapting versions of the pregnant man emoji that was approved last year by the Unicode Consortium as part of Emoji 14.0. So the people who control emojis have given themselves this kind of ridiculously self-important name, as well as somehow making it sound kind of sinister at the same time. Congratulations. But yeah, all the big players are deep into this. Apple, Google, Microsoft. Wait a second, Microsoft. Okay, now it makes sense. Anyway, Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I notice that when people share my content, it makes a big difference. Thank you very much for that. See you next time.